What's up, guys? This is Jay from Revolution Radio, and I want to talk about this story that I saw where Hillary Clinton was on a podcast and she called Tulsi Gabbard a Russian asset. She also called Jill Stein a Russian asset as well. Donald Trump also a Russian asset. Everyone is a Russian asset. Why? Why is she coming up now? One thing that I don't understand about the Democratic Party is they often say, well, the progressives, they just rip the party apart. And that's their whole reason for why we shouldn't have the progressives even run in primaries. There's too many Bernie or bust people. Okay, so Hillary Clinton could use her fame to get a lot of things done in America right now. But instead, she runs around with this McCarthyism kind of everyone's a Russian asset BS. But why aren't they talking and talking down to her about her actions and what she's doing? Why aren't they saying, "Hey, you're ruining the party right now. Shut up." So it gets a little bit deeper than that because there was an article recently written by the New York Times where they said that the establishment Democrats are not exactly happy with the primaries and where everything's going, so they're looking for another establishment-esque Democrat. And right now, there are um, a, a few people they have in mind, and they don't really have a lot of faith behind Pete Buttigieg. Kamala Harris, they basically say in this article, is just dead. Um, they think that Biden has made too many gaffes, and so they're looking for somebody establishment. I think Bill de Blasio was one. Sherwood Brown is another. There was some, but the major one, and the one who's seriously thinking about running, you guessed it, Hillary Clinton. It's ridiculous. Now, can we first say, going back to the first part, if the Russians compromised Tulsi Gabbard, then we really need to have a deep investigation into it, because that means the Russians have compromised our military. Tulsi Gabbard is, not only a war veteran, but she is a member of our military right now, the National Guard to be specific, and she is a pretty highly ranked officer in the National Guard. But she's a Russian asset. You remember these same people? They went crazy when Trump went after that Gold Star family. Oh my God, how disrespectful. They don't say anything to Hillary. Well, at least they didn't. So, Van Jones on CNN, he was saying that Hillary, this has gone a little too far. And I think that this might be a domino effect. This might be finally the end of Russia, Russia, Russia. It might finally end. I hope. Because it is ridiculous. And I hope that the Democratic Party stops clinging to this. It looks ridiculous. It looks very Alex Jones-ish. I also would just say to the Democrat Party, you didn't believe a progressive could win before. That's why you fixed the election, the primary election, that is, so Hillary Clinton would win. What happened? Hmm? Yeah, she got beat by the most unpopular presidential candidate we've ever had. And if you remember right, back before any of this, Hillary Clinton actually encouraged Donald Trump to run. Why? Because she wanted to have a hand-picked opponent that she could beat. She told her media friends, hey, give Trump some more credit, give him some attention. And this is way back before he won the primaries. She wanted to cause a lot of problems. It looked like there was a whole bunch of turmoil going on. And she still lost. Now, right now, the voters are saying, look, we have all of these establishment candidates. We have Pete Buttigieg, we have Amy Klobuchar, so many of them, and we got Bernie and Elizabeth. Who's the top two right now? Bernie and Elizabeth. They're telling you who they want in office, who they want to run the Democratic Party, and it is not your establishment goons who are just trying to protect their money. We want someone in there to get money completely out of politics and actually, yes, drain the swamp. That's why Trump won in the first place. Everyone thought he was going to do something different. He just didn't. The American people are getting fed up. And we know that you're all playing games with us. We know that you're going to keep giving us these little things to fight about. Racism, bigotry, gotcha culture. So we can be locked in on these debates and not focus in on the major thing. And that is every president we have is bought and paid for by the oligarchs in our country. And we will not put up with that. And we're trying to do it the right way. You know, the thing you try to spread across the road, democracy, but you keep trying to fix it. You keep trying to change that narrative. Like, if Hillary wins, if Hillary runs and then wins, I it would be worse than when President Trump gets impeached. All right, we will see a amazing amount of people show up in complete dissonance. But for now, we can just take some comfort in the fact that Hillary Clinton is kind of the biggest clown in politics right now, and everyone thinks of her. Even her own people are mocking her. When Van Jones of CNN says, yeah, Jill Stein Russian, Tulsi Gabbard Russian, when you get mocked like that by your people, I mean, it literally is like if Lindsey Graham were to go after Donald Trump, or I don't know, Fox and Friends. You know that you've taken this a little too far. And I hope it is finally the end of this BS with this Russia, everyone's a Russian asset. Now, do I think there's some truth with Trump? Maybe. It's hard to say. There's a lot of weird lines there. But just because you don't like the person, or because in this situation with Hillary, because Tulsi supported Assad, that doesn't mean you're a Russian asset. Like, you're against regime change wars. That's what Tulsi is. Assad happened to be the recipient of a regime change war. That's all this is. And look, to clear things up too, I'm not a huge Tulsi fan. There's a lot of stuff about Tulsi I don't like. But it's just what's happening, and I can tell you, she's not a Russian asset. There is nothing in there that shows that she's a Russian asset. In fact, you remember there was a story that came out right when Tulsi announced that she was going to run, and it said that all of these Russian bots were helping Tulsi. That story was proven to be completely false and made up. And I think we know that it was by Hillary Clinton. Now, why do we think that? Not because of just what happened now, but so back in 2015, the Democratic Party, the DNC, made Tulsi Gabbard, like, they put her in a lead position. And it's because she was a military woman, she was young, she was a Democrat. I mean, she was the hot new thing. She was the thing that was going to be, their next Barack Obama. And when Tulsi found out what, the DNC was doing to Bernie, she quit. She walked out and left. And ever since then, Hillary and her crony friends have been angry with Tulsi. I mean, that's one of the main reasons I actually like Tulsi. because there's a lot about her I don't like, especially recently. Um, I find what she's doing is, some of it's good, some of it's bad. I don't like how she's not backing Medicare for all completely. She's got this Frankenstein version of it. Um, there's some issues. That's the biggest one for me, but that's a huge one. For me, that's a litmus test. Who I'm gonna vote in. But there's a lot. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that. It was really, really crazy how we are basically seeing McCarthyism part two now. Just luckily enough, there's enough people calling it out for the BS that it is. Anyway, I'm curious about your guys' thoughts on this. Um, the YouTube channel. Please like it, subscribe, do all that stuff. It's a community of ideas. Try to post a video every day. On Facebook, I'm Jay Dillon. On uh, Twitter, it's JC Show VIP. And just wherever you're around, just search Revolution Radio. You should find us. It's a hand holding a microphone. If not, yeah, you got the YouTube channel. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good evening.